The Eurovision Song Contest 2001 was the 46th Eurovision Song Contest and was held on 12 May 2001 in the Parken Stadium in Copenhagen, Denmark. It was the first time in 36 years that Denmark hosted the Eurovision Song Contest, thanks to the Olsen brothers' win the previous year in Stockholm. The Olsen brothers opened the show with a snippet from their winning song, Fly on the Wings of Love, followed by their latest single, Walk Right Back, which was already a smash hit in Denmark. The presenters were Danish journalist and TV show presenter Natasja Kronbach and the famous Danish actor Søren Pilmark, who spoke most of their announcements in rhyme. The contest was won by Estonia, who were represented by Tanel Padar, Dave Benton and 2XL with the song Everybody, written by Eva Must and Mayan Karmas. Dave Benton, who was born and raised in Aruba, was the first black person at the age of 50 years and 101 days, the oldest contestant at the time to win the contest. Location: Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark, was the host city for the 9th edition of Eurovision. The venue choice for the contest was Parken Stadium, a football stadium in the Indre Osterbro district of Copenhagen, Denmark, built from 1990 to 1992. A total of 35,000 spectators saw the show live from within the stadium, breaking a record held by the previous host Sweden in 2000. Format: the logo of the 2001 Eurovision Song Contest was made out of 4 circles, placed in the shape of a heart. The 4 circles were also present in the stage design, with the light construction was made of the same 4 rings. The Danish national broadcaster faced some problems whilst organizing the contest, such as the lack of funds and the search for a suitable venue. The event was eventually located in the football stadium Parken, after the company running the stadium agreed to add a retractable roof to the building. This solution made it the biggest venue ever to host a Eurovision Song Contest, but the scale of it wasn't entirely a success. Many of the 38,000 people in the audience could not see the stage, and for many entries the hall appeared to be too big. Changes occurred in the qualification process for the 2002 contest. Along with the Big Four countries, the top 15 placed countries would qualify for next year's competition. The other spots for 2002 would be filled by countries that were excluded from the 2001 contest because of their low point average for the years 1996 to 2000. France, Greece and Slovenia were the heavy favorites to win the contest. However, as the voting progressed, it became a 2-horse race between Denmark and Estonia, with Estonia ending as the unexpected winners. Controversy was again rife in the contest. The United Kingdom TV commentator Terry Wogan repeatedly made critical comments about the hosts and dubbed him Dr. Death and the Tooth Fairy, the Little Mermaid, after providing their entire commentary in rhyming couplets. The Danes were so offended that the BBC was obliged to issue an apology on Wogan's comments. Controversy also surrounded the Swedish song, Listen to Your Heartbeat, which was repeatedly accused as a plagiarism of the Belgian entry for the 1996 contest, Liefde is een kaartspel. Eventually the EBU decided for the matter to be settled in court, with the song allowed to compete as long as the courts did not declare the song as plagiarism. At first this was denied by the Swedish songwriters, one of whom was Thomas G. Sun. But after the Belgian songwriters and the authors' organization SABAM pressed for legal action, a cash settlement was agreed. During the voting, the Danish band Aqua performed with a medley of their singles, with percussion ensemble Safri Duo performing in the medley. Although enjoyable, people complained about it being a little bit rude, as there was some swearing during the performance, both at the beginning and end of Barbie Girl. Participating countries. Due to the EBU's relegation rule of the lowest-ranked countries from the contest had to miss the following year's contest. meant several countries had to withdraw, while relegated countries from the 1999 contest were able to return this year. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Greece, Lithuania, Poland, Portugal, and Slovenia returned, while Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, Finland, Macedonia, Romania, and Switzerland, the 7 countries with the lowest average result in the past 5 contests, were relegated. This brought the total number of participating countries to 23. Returning artist Tanel Padar was a backing vocalist for Ines in 2000. Results. Scoreboard. The majority of participating countries held a televote, where the top 10 most voted for songs were awarded the 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points. This year the EBU introduced for the first time a mix of voting systems for those countries that didn't want to use 100% televoting. Only 3 votes were allowed per household. According to the EBU rules, every broadcaster was free to make a choice between the full televoting system and the mixed 50-50 system. In exceptional circumstances, where televoting was not possible at all, only a jury was used. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Turkey and Russia. Only a few countries are confirmed to have used the mixed voting system. Croatia, Greece and Malta. 12 points below is a summary of all 12 points in the final. International broadcasts and voting. The table below shows the order in which votes were cast during the 2001 contest along with the spokesperson who was responsible for announcing the votes for their respective country. Each national broadcaster also sent a commentator to the contest, in order to provide coverage of the contest in their own native language. Details of the commentators and the broadcasting station for which they represented are also included in the table below. 1. Although Australia is not itself eligible to enter, the event was broadcast on SBS. As is the case each year, it did not however broadcast it live due to the difference in Australian time zones. This year, the broadcast contained a locally produced edition of a studio audience of young representatives from the competing countries. However, a number of complaints saw the United Kingdom's broadcast, including commentary from Terry Wogan, shown a few weeks later. 2. After the breakup of Yugoslavia, Federal Republic of Yugoslavia was last participated in 1992. UInfo channel broadcast the show, although Yugoslavia did not participate. Official album. Eurovision Song Contest. Copenhagen 2001 was the official compilation album of the 2001 contest, put together by the European Broadcasting Union and released by EMI Records and CMC International on 5 May 2001. The album featured all 23 songs that entered in the 2001 contest.